Alright, so I want to talk about sexuality. And by the way, disclaimer, but this is going to be extremely mature content. If you're under the age of 18, don't watch this. This is only for adults, and only adults should be able to watch this material. So anyways, I want to talk about sexual relationships and sexuality, and how it has greatly been fractured and diminished in modern 21st century society. Particularly in very woke areas. First of all, the traditional family structure in developed countries has all but broken down. Birth rates have plummeted substantially. The population is beginning to plummet. America is about to reach its peak population around 2060, and then it's going to begin to go under. It might even do so before then. China, Russia, Eastern Europe, certain parts of Latin America are already beginning to lose numbers of population. So, that being said, what exactly is the meaning of gender and the meaning of sexual and gender identity nowadays? Does it really still mean anything at all? Or is it basically just what it was always supposed to be, about procreation? Consensual sex between men and women. But now it has developed and has evolved into other things. The Pandora's box of gender identity has been blown open. A can of worms has been untwined asunder. And so now there's all sorts of different sexual identities. So what exactly does it all mean? I really do have to wonder how many straight men would really want to go into bi or gay relationships. How many straight women would want to go into bi and gay relationships? Or change their sexuality? What percentage of gay men would have sex with straight women, and what percentage of gay women would have sex with straight men? Or how many straight people would have gay relationships, or gay people have straight relationships? I also wonder, for example, how many transgender women would just be carpet muncher lesbians, or how many would prefer to have dick, or how many transgender men would want to have relationships with gay men or other transsexual men, or if they identify as lesbian, bi, straight, trans, or whatever. And also race and racial identity, and the identity of family values and indigenous decolonization plays into this as well. It is around these new gender typologies that the wokest of politics intertwine itself within. All of this stuff is heavily coerced with woke politics. Now, ironically, there are some gay men that are reactionary to extreme woke politics and have turned to the alt-light or whatever, and likewise there's even trannies or transsexual people that have kind of began to turn away from the woke agenda. I mean, you even have people of color wearing White Lives Matter t-shirts. Not all people of color are actually taken into the BLM woke group. They find it to be too heavily feminized and too politically correctinized and heavily woke. And so you'll see, now you're going to be seeing gay and black people, people of color, and people of different sexual orientations wearing shirts like Straight Lives Matter or White Lives Matter, just as much as you'll see white people wearing t-shirts about Black Lives Matter, or straight people wearing t-shirts about how gay or trans lives matter. So where does this all end? Where is the ultimate end game of empowering women giving women positions of high authority in government, giving gay people and trans people into high positions of government. Where does it all end, and what is the natural conclusion of this kind of rather unhinged schizophrenia? It is basically a tale and a meme of extreme schizophrenia of the most epic proportions. So, like, where does it finally end? You know, where does this gender rabbit hole ultimately descend into? Like, I really do wonder, do most people really care about sexual orientation and gender identity? Do most people even really care at all, period? I don't really think they do. Of course, there are people that do still believe in traditional nuclear families. There are still Christian people, you know, stalwart Christian church-going people that still believe in straight sex and family values, obviously. But there's also a lot of supposed Christians that also believe in the woke agenda, that believe in indigenous peoples' identities and alternative sexual rights identities. And it just simply has gotten crazier. Every year that passes, it just spirals more out of control and more into the schizophrenic ether, so to speak. You have a very high number of people who are on the spectrum who have autism that identify as trans. And I've literally seen this for myself. Like, almost 20 to 30% of people on the autistic spectrum, they will identify as men when in fact they're born women. You have a lot of autistic women who want to transition into becoming men and who like and prefer to do boyish things or to do stuff like boys. You know, they want to be boys, they want to play with boy toys and wear boy clothing. Likewise, you have autistic boys or autistic underage men, well, autistic young adult men that just want to transition and embrace femininity. It's very bizarre and it's very weird, to say the least. I don't really know where it's going to go myself. I don't really know where the end goal of this all is going to be, but it's very weird. So anyways, Stefani, what's up, Stefani? Let's go! What's up, Sunny in Tulsa? Does the audio keep cutting out? I don't know, I can't tell. I'm using my phone. In the bedroom using my phone. But anyways, like, how many straight people would ultimately transition into a homosexual relationship or into a different gender? How many gay people would transition into a heterosexual relationship and become cis? I mean, yeah, become cis. It's just very bizarre, bro. It's really just out of the ordinary, and every